So lately in the Minecraft community, there's been a bigger push on adding more life to your builds and to your survival world. And I think that's actually a really nice breath of fresh air because we're kind of going through a dark age where people were always just trying to make massive builds in hardcore and just top themselves with every video. And don't get me wrong, mega builds are really cool. But after seeing that for so long, it's kind of nice to see a different formula take over YouTube. And I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job at adding more life to my survival world. But lately I've been wanting to sprinkle in just a little bit more culture into this world. You know what I mean? So what I'm doing today is making my world look like it's got its own traditions. Now, the build for this video is heavily inspired off of one of my favorite mobile games. It's a game called Alto's Odyssey. If you haven't played it, you should definitely try it out because it's really fun. It's not like those horrendous brain-rotting mobile games that are littering the App Store now. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so for this first hot air balloon, what's a good height? I think that's a pretty good height, maybe even a little lower. The design of this one is going to be pretty similar to the hot air balloon from the game Alto's Odyssey, which is like a brown and white kind of look. And that's the carriage thing, whatever they're called. And now to design the balloon. Okay, and then we place a fire here, and then a chain right there. As you can see, it's just a simple design, brown and white. So this one is gonna have like a hanging ladder, so I'm gonna use hanging signs for that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I like that. Let's add a few more decorations here. So right here, I'm gonna break this. And we're gonna have a lantern hanging from here. There we go, there's the first hot air balloon. And that's basically how they're gonna be like. They're gonna have different designs on them. I wanna do like decorative pots hanging from them, different lanterns, and all sorts of things. Alright, so I built two more balloons. We got this one. I used like a kind of dark gray to white gradient, but I kind of used like bluish blocks, I guess. I actually really like how this one turned out. This is probably one of my favorites. And then I built this red one. It goes from red to brown. And that's probably how most of the balloons are going to look. This one's probably going to kind of stand out because it's going to be like the only one with like a normal or like a basic pattern. The rest of them are going to have gradients like this. It's a pretty simple 6-block gradient. We got nether wart, crimson, mud, rooted mud. I think that's brown, gray terracotta, brown concrete, and black terracotta, something like that. I wish it wasn't like kind of the morning right now because I would want to show how this looks in the sunset. It looks really cool. But I mean, it'll probably look better once more balloons are up. I want to start adding ones that are a little bit more higher. I'm not too sure how many I want, but I want a good amount. I want them to be kind of like littering the sky almost. But yeah, each of these has like their own little decorations. This one has like signs hanging from it and a pot. This one's got banners hanging from a chain, lanterns and stuff. These balloons are actually pretty fun to build. It's really more so a matter of finding like different designs. I like this gradient design, but I don't know if I want to do it for every single balloon. Mostly just because I don't want this one striped balloon to stand out. And if you guys wanted the gradient, this is it. So we got diorite, clay, blue terracotta, light blue prismarine, dark prismarine, and deep slate tiles. And then this red one is it's a little more subtle than the other one, but I actually really like it because we go from this is gray terracotta to brown terracotta, and then from mud to brown terracotta. This is like the perfect in between because it's got the brown and then it's got the like mud's like purplish color. And then same with the mud to the wart. you got the mud's like purple color on the like in it right there, and then you got the where it's red right there. It like transitions really well. It's a lot more subtle than the than this one. This one is obviously like it kind of changes pretty hard, especially since that light blue terracotta is actually darker than the prismarine. I wanted to go from dark prismarine to regular prismarine instead of dark prismarine to light blue terracotta, because this has more green in it than this. So even though the prismarine is a lighter shade than the dark blue terracotta, I feel like it kind of works better when the prismarine comes after the dark prismarine because of the colors and stuff. These are a few of the other block palettes I have so far. I like this one. This one goes from lime green to light blue, and then this one goes from yellow to light blue. But instead of going from yellow to light blue, like, you know, through green. Ooh, hold up, wait, hold up. Sunset, sunset, sunset. There we go. Look at this. So this is how it looks with the sunset. Oh, that looks so good. Look at that. Yeah, so it's gonna look really good once it's done. So anyway, back to the palette. So this gradient, I like this one. It's a little different because it goes from yellow to blue, but instead of including green, because normally if you want to go from yellow to blue, you have to have green in between there. So it looks something like this. You probably have a little bit more in between the yellow and the green, but the idea is that, you know, you're going yellow to green to teal to light blue. This one, instead of just using like regular like colors, I guess, it uses saturation as a gradient instead. So the yellow kind of lightens up, and then this kind of goes to gray, and then blue, and then light blue. I'm kind of bad at explaining it. Now, if I sound smart, I'm not. I actually took this gradient from the Loosest of Gooses. He has a really good video on like color theory in Minecraft and implementing it into your builds. So yeah, I did kind of take this from him. So yeah, the credit, you know, goes to him. Okay, so I think I actually finished all of the balloons I'm gonna do, at least for this video. So I obviously put up the ones that I was just showing off. As you can see, we got the blue to green one. We got the blue to yellow one. A few more I didn't show on camera. I got this like kind of teal to black one. This one's kind of got like a skulk theme going on with it. I also did this one, which so this one's kind of interesting. I didn't really talk about this. Well, I tried to talk about it, but the video got messed up somehow, so I'll just explain it now. So this one, you could kind of tell it's not, I mean, I guess it kind of is a gradient. It does go from light, it does go from like a dark to light kind of, but it's a little different because, you know, obviously you got that purple terracotta right there, you know, doesn't really transition to the orange terracotta. So the color palette of this balloon was actually heavily inspired by the album cover of Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. I was kind of experimenting with using like color palettes of album covers, and I stumbled across this one and it actually came out really well. If you were to look at the album cover compared to this, you can kind of see the resemblance. You got like the black stone, the mud, and the purple terracotta all kind of, you know, make up the ocean part, and then the top part makes up the sunset and the way it kind of gradients down and gets darker towards the water, and then the top is like the kind of dark shadows from the clouds above it. I'll put up the album cover just so if you haven't seen it, you can kind of get a better idea. And then this one, I kind of just threw it in. I feel like it was kind of random, but I thought it'd be cool to have like a bee one. And I also put a bee nest hanging from it, and there are bees in there too. Let's go over the details of each balloon. The red to brown one, I added like these gradient banners. It kind of matches with the balloon itself. You may have also noticed that some of the balloons have fences hanging from each of them. I kind of like how this looks. It looks like almost like a string or rope hanging from each balloon connecting them. And then you got like flags hanging from them. I also like how the flags are different lengths too. I got some that are a bit longer than others. So the striped one, the red one, and then the blue one, these ones are all connected, and then the bee balloon and the blue to green one are connected as well. So on this one, I added like pots hanging from it. I also added hanging signs that spin around. Also, if you noticed, I did add lanterns on them as well. I think it doesn't look bad, and plus it helps light up the balloons at night, because I wanted them to glow at night, but I was kind of having trouble hiding the lights because for balloons like this, it's easy. There's stair variants. You can kind of see the lighting bug. It's kind of annoying. There's stair variants for these blocks, so I can just put them in so light shines through them. But blocks like these don't have stair variants or anything, except for those. But it makes it a lot harder to keep it lit up. Putting lanterns on them makes it a lot better. And it actually looks good too. You probably also noticed with this one, I had torches on it earlier. And yeah, it just doesn't look good. These lanterns just make it look so much better. And this one was hard too, because it's kind of hard, you know. It's hard to hide torches anywhere there. I think this bee one's pretty cool, so I added, I have a beehive hanging from it, and then right next to the beehive, you got a flower hanging from it. And then you can see behind it, I got hanging signs that kind of make the pattern of a bee. Honestly, this is probably my least favorite balloon, but I do like the details I added to it a lot more. I mostly added it because, like I was saying, I thought a bee balloon would be kind of funny, and it'll also kind of make this one stand out a bit less because they're both striped. Now, the one connected to the bee balloon, this one's also one of my favorite little details. If you look behind those signs, I already showed that decoration. You can kind of see, let me see if I can get a better angle of it. It's like a chain hanging down, and then you have pots connected to it, and then you have a lantern right on the end. This balloon, the decorations are pretty basic since it was one of the first balloons. It's just got a pot hanging from a chain and then a few signs hanging down. I really like this skulk balloon, so I added a sensor hanging from it and then a shrieker right there, and then we got more lanterns hanging from it. It's also pretty cool too, because if you fly by it, you set off the shrieker, and I don't know why, I just thought that was kind of cool. Damn. Alright, you can be quiet. So this one we got right here has another hanging ladder, and this one actually did a bell hanging from it. Very simple as well, but I like the bell. Let's see if I can get this. No, I don't have my HUD on, so I can't really hit it. And for the plastic beach balloon, we got a hanging ladder, a lantern, and then a jack-o'-lantern, which I really like. It really like kind of fits with it so well. Looking at that block also gives you like vibes of a sunset, you know, like right there. Now, as far as my favorite design, I think gradient-wise, probably this one. I really like that gradient. But I'd say when it comes to my favorite balloon, it's probably between the skulk balloon and the plastic beach balloon. I don't know why, I just like that one. It looks pretty cool. Reminds me of the album cover and the sunset really well, so it's just one of my favorites. And now that it's night too, it also gives like a really good example how the balloons glow in the dark. I just thought it would be a lot more interesting if they actually glowed instead of just, you know, not being able to see them at night. But anyway, even though this is the end of the video, I'm still not done actually building these. So if anybody has any like suggestions on block palettes and stuff I could use, or maybe like some inspiration, I would love to hear it, because I definitely need some more designs. And I do still want to add more, maybe like going out a bit more that way. Maybe it'd be kind of cool to have some going over the forest over there that I built last video. But anyway, you know what time it is. Cue the cinematic outro. That was, that did not work. But anyway, you know what time it is. Cue the cinematic outro.